in my head, I'm like, I think that he's on his way out, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And that this was going to be his retirement fight, win or lose, is honestly is
Oh,
what I
I
thought.
didn't think that.
That's what I thought, is that
Yeah.
I think that even if he wins, he'll go out on top as BMF in his hometown. What a great legacy.
I don't think anybody predicted that, so I think you're full of shit. But anyway,
Okay.
he's
And
sitting
then
there bullshitting us, guys.
I'm not, no.
Mr. Hindsight
That
2020.
came from the
Where are
heart.
your glasses?
I saw Jorge Masvidal.
That was brilliant, brother. Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Dirty and
DZAN, what is up, people? Today is Friday, April 14th. For all of you beautiful
I'm retiring
people.
the middle finger.
No, Dirty.
Yeah, just the piece, man. I'm about love.
It's a softer Dirty. 2023.
He's getting old.
2023.
Dirty's getting old.
I like it. Hey, we all need a little change.
Old and soft.
What? I wouldn't say soft because, yeah, he kicks my ass on here every week, so definitely not soft. People, if you like the content we do here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Lots of this, please.
Comment down below. There will be timestamps linked below to get to the part that you want to get to. Without further ado, we have NHL to talk about. Dirty D, take it away.
Monday, the 14th, whatever the hell it is. NHL playoffs begin, and there's only one matchup that is set right now because there's still games to be played tonight. But that matchup is Toronto and Tampa. Obviously, Tampa won 2 straight Stanley Cups and then made it all the way to the final last year, got beaten by Colorado, but 3 straight Stanley Cups that they've been to. And Toronto hasn't won a cup since 1967, so they're right there. Woo! Toronto, there's your middle finger.
Bringing the middle finger back, baby.
Yeah, I'm bringing that back for Toronto Maple Leafs fans.
Long.
Just for Toronto Maple Leafs fans and Drake fans. I'm kidding. No, but they are notoriously Toronto Maple Leafs are notoriously bounced in the first round. I don't anticipate that being any different this year. Although, if you ask all of the pundits, like every single year, Toronto's going to win the Stanley Cup. Well, here we are once again, and I'm going to say and predict that Toronto gets bounced in the first round again. So there's that. But then I want to talk about the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins set a record this year for the most wins. Now, there is a caveat. There is a caveat here, because while they did set the single season record for the most wins, and they edged out the Detroit Red Wings record, there's a caveat. And that is, when Detroit set their record, they didn't have points given for overtime losses.
Tell them, Dirty.
So Toronto has 4 points in overtime losses. So forget about it. It ain't your record. It's still Detroit Red Wing record. So thank you very much, Boston. But with that said, I do think that the Boston Bruins are the Stanley Cup winners this year. That's my pick.
There we go. Love it. Now I see what that was about. Yeah. I mean, if I wish that you backed me up the way I just backed you up when I start talking about Connor, the way you start talking about your wings. I wish that I had the friend in you that you have in me, my friend. That's what, because you're damn
One of these
right.
Days,
you're damn right, Dirty.
I'll figure it out, man. I'll figure out how to be a good friend.
Oh no, but by the look of the ads, is it Colorado Avalanche? Is that the team? Is that am I right in saying that those 2 words together is correct? Correct? By the ads that I've been seeing here and there, they're the ones that are going to be winning this whole thing. They're the only ones I see all over and he scores again. He whacked the puck.
All right. Well, here's the problem with that.
So I got Colorado Avalanche by 5-1.
Yeah, good for you. Good luck with that. But
it's out of 7 games, right? So I guess
that would be a neat trick. Yeah.
You guys know that I follow it just as much as Dirty does. This is how we talk about the sport.
He is an avid hockey fan. Yes. So, no, I fully anticipate either Colorado or potentially Edmonton being the Western Conference representatives. Boston will be the Eastern Conference representatives. And I just think Boston is so loaded. And then they got Tyler Bertuzzi. I don't even know if you're aware of this.
Yeah, you told me. You told me, yeah.
So they traded for Tyler Bertuzzi. Yeah. They also got Garnet Hathaway, who is another kind of a rough and tumble kind of hockey player. They got him from the Capitals. So they are poised to go on a run here. Yeah. And they're very healthy. That's the thing. They're very, very healthy. Colorado is not very healthy right now. Vegas is not very healthy. Dallas is healthy. Minnesota is not healthy. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a rough way to go for anybody to get past Colorado and Edmonton.
So is it a lot like football?
Potentially Dallas, but I don't know about that.
Do you have is it single rounds until you get to the conference finals? Like
it's 7 games all the way through. Best of 7.
Okay.
So
and that's for each bracket. So you beat these guys best of 7, you face the next best of 7.
That's why hockey and basketball playoffs
are very
last for 6 months.
Jesus. Yeah, no shit. Okay. All right. I wanted to know kind of what it looked like, what the landscape looked like, how many. There's still a lot of game to be played then in the playoffs. It's a whole other. It's basically the other half of the season.
And the thing is they're 2 different seasons. The regular season can be very boring for a lot of people. I am just a hockey nut, so I love it. Yeah. I love game 1 to game 82. But the playoffs, everybody can watch the playoffs because they're so exciting. Everything is moving so fast, and the refs allow you a lot of leeway. There's a lot more physicality, It's just a different brand of hockey. 2 completely different seasons from regular seasons to playoff, just wildly different. Playoff hockey is just very entertaining stuff.
Whole another game. Very similar to MMA fans, hockey fans are, where you know what I mean? You have maybe some fans
there's a lot of parallels.
And then you have some that watch every single fight night, and then some that just watch the pay-per-views. Yeah, man. Totally understandable.
And some just watch Connor.
I mean, that's where you start. If you're smart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and where do we start today with MMA news? Well, we just had UFC 287 wrap up, and I think that would be a good place to start. So I'm going to pull up the fight card here. Let me explain why we have not been to Miami in 20 years. Okay. I'm going to get just one sentence. Okay. Florida judges fucking suck. All right. Now, let me tell you what they did. They robbed Cynthia Calvillo horribly, split decision loss. They robbed.
Hang on a second.
Albuquerque great.
Wait. Let me stop you for 1 second, please. I agree with you about Cynthia Calvillo won that fight. I don't know that it was robbery.
Oh, they had the guns out.
But regardless, dude, do you think this is a Florida issue? Really?
No, I said that because I said that because you're in Florida. Mainly all the judges.
Yeah, I got no loyalty to Florida, bro.
No, mainly
Detroit,
all the judges.
Toledo. That's
these are the same judges that follow them to Vegas and follow them to, you know what I mean? It's the same. Fucking Sal Diamato's punk ass all over the place.
Hey, and Mike Beltran's been judging.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I'm glad they see that.
Me too.
That needs to happen more. Exactly. We need Herb Dean in there. Let
me get Dan Mergliotta in there.
Absolutely.
Let's see some fucking Jason Herzog in there. Let's see some real officiating in the judges spot.
Absolutely.
For sure. I really felt like Cynthia Calvillo was robbed. I felt like Michelle Watterson was really, really robbed in that fight. That was horrible.
I was stunned at that one.
And then I felt the same in the Trey Ogden Ignacio fight. I felt Trey did way more enough, and they paid way too much attention to ground control when control should be the last thing on your list to be looking for.
Agreed.
Those I can't stand. But moving on from that, other than that, really, this was truly one of the best cards we've had this year. A lot of great fights.
Electric.
Man, Gerald Mearshart and Joe Pyfer.
Oh
man, what a KO that was. Gerald does one of two things. He surprises you with how dominant he is, or he surprises you with how quickly he gets knocked out.
He quit.
And he quit. He totally quit. Totally quit. And he was done. Joe Pyfer, what a great showing for Joe. That was the pay-per-view to show out for sure. Mm-hmm. Good job on that.
That dude. Now, with that said, and I want to be careful here because I am not accusing anybody of anything here. But that dude has the hallmarks of somebody that's a little on tilt.
Mearshart?
No. No.
His face does look a little shady. Like he maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to say that he's using HGH or anything.
We're talking about Joey here.
The mentality.
Yeah.
If you look at him and I don't know, oh yeah, that dude it seems like he's got roid rage to me, man.
Like a little bit of
without the roids. I'm not accusing him.
Yeah,
right. It just a
little bit of rage in there.
He's going to be a motherfucker to handle.
Oh yeah. We had an early fight of the year contender. Kevin Gastelum never quits. If you see Kevin Gastelum in the card, you need to watch because it's going to be hands down a war. It was
the best fight on the prelims.
Definitely.
100%.
100%. Chris Curtis gave his heart, but you could tell he was emptying the gas tank on something that was just not going to die or quit. And that's what Kevin Gastelum, if Kevin Gastelum was going to be a quitter, he would have gotten knocked out in that Izzy fight in round 3, 4, and 5.
And one of the
Robert Whittaker fights.
Robert Whittaker. Yeah.
Oh my God. The man just knows how to put on amazing fights, and it's always good when you see our boy come out on top. So
he's a gangster, man.
Congratulations, Kelvin. Really, really good job. Let's go to the main card, man. Raul Rosas Jr. learned a very valuable lesson for an 18-year-old in this sport.
I don't like that. I don't like an 18-year-old in there, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's cool. When you had Chase Hooper in there, he started at 19. That's young. And I felt like that
we saw what happened to him.
There. Right. He's still climbing. Now they had to bring him down a bracket.
Has that process been though?
Right, exactly. But you know what?
And how old is Chase Hooper now? Was he 24 now?
I think he's 23 now. Yeah, I think he's 23 now. So I mean, and now he's gotten so much experience at the best place to get experience at if you're not on the main card. Raul, you learned a very valuable lesson. You tried to handle a 25-year-old man like he was 18 years old with you.
Yeah, and you don't have your man strength then, man.
Let me
tell you, don't.
Christian Rodriguez, all respect to Christian Rodriguez, he does not have the ground game that anybody in the top 10 has. And that is your best place to be in. You've learned something very valuable. You've just gotten humbled. You need to take that and understand that what you did in round 1 needs to be throughout 25 minutes or 15 minutes, not in 5, man. That was, I mean, it was you. I kept thinking to myself, he's going to stop like any minute. He's got to like pull the, and then his coaches are also to blame. They're not telling him, hey, what are you doing in there? Slow it down. All they said was, hey, you got that one. Let's get in there. Let's take him down. What are you talking about? He fought viciously for 5 minutes and got a takedown and nothing to show for it. But all of his energy drained.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of having anybody under the age of 21 in the cage. I'm not, because you're just not capable of being fully developed yet.
Yeah. Especially for the UFC. Go to 18, you know what I mean?
18 is a number, man. Yeah. It's not.
You're a kid. He's still in high school, my guy. He was still in high school. He's graduating this year. Like, it's crazy. All right. Big Mouth, Big Mouth showed up and he showed out. We got a different Kevin Holland. He wasn't talky until like the end of
backstage.
Right. Until the end of the second round, really, when the second round started going and he wasn't checking those leg kicks, and then he checked one finally. That's when he started talking. Got a little hey, I got you, finally got it. Like, Kevin did a really great job at not being Kevin.
Yeah.
But I didn't like him not being Kevin.
Right,
so
right.
I'm very torn right now. I'm very torn.
It's a double-edged sword. Yeah.
I'm glad he got the KO because he was going to lose that fight. Let's be honest. He was on his way to losing that fight.
And listen, he has not been doing too well lately.
Didn't he get cut and then pulled back? Didn't they cut him and then they brought him back, right?
Yeah.
So
that wasn't that long ago. So
no, this was he needed that. And you can kind of tell in his demeanor and why he was quiet. You know what I mean? He's not trying to
I'm sure
blow
that
this
had
right
a
now.
lot to do with that.
It had to Dirty. It had to.
But then backstage, I don't know if you heard about it, but Dana, he was screaming and hollering and all kinds of crazy shit.
Not hear
Dana,
about that.
He was yelling at Dana, and Dana's like, I don't know what the hell he was saying.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, we had the vet, Rob Font. Nobody thought Rob Font was going to do it. Still had it. And he's like, watch this. Watch this. One of the best knockouts.
Font's a badass dude, man.
One of the best knockouts of his career.
100%.
Honestly, it's not like it's crazy to think that Yanez was going to get it done because Yanez is such a beast and Rob Font hasn't had the best last couple showings. Really great job, Rob. Really great job. It's always good when you see a vet win, right? It's always good when you see them prevail, come out on top. What a great knockout for the highlight
100%.
reel. Yeah. Co-main event, we had Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Now, we were off the show for a couple weeks, so we did not get to give our picks. I can tell you guys, without even having to talk to Dirty, I'm telling you, without talking to Dirty, I did not have this conversation with him. I guarantee that most of these fights would have gone the way that we saw them. I think that me and Dirty probably would have both had Ponzinibbio. I think we probably would have both had Ponzinibbio. But other than that, I think that we both have Gilbert, and I think that we both had Izzy for this. And
the only thing is I don't know if I would have maybe gotten into the whole psyche of it being Jorge's hometown and all of that stuff, you know. That may have played in a little bit with my pick, but I think I still would have went with Gilbert in the end.
In my head, I'm like, I think that he's on his way out is what I was thinking. And that this was going to be his retirement fight, win or lose is honestly is what I thought.
Didn't think that.
That's what I thought is that I think that even if he wins, he'll go out on top as BMF in his hometown. What a great legacy. But
I don't think anybody predicted that, so I think you're full of shit. But anyway.
Okay. We were going so good for like 15 minutes.
But he's sitting there bullshitting us, guys.
I'm not. No.
Mr. Hindsight 2020.
That came from the heart.
Where are your glasses?
I saw. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I saw Jorge
That was brilliant, brother. I got to hand it to
you. Oh man, God bless Jorge for trying those flying knees, and he was just welcome.
Well,
you got to try it. You got to try it at the end. You got to try it. Gilbert Burns kept his composure, and in my eyes, he just picked him apart for 15 minutes. What did you think about we've been hearing a lot of greasing accusations lately. Yeah. What did you think about the
he did
body
apologize
lotion?
After that?
He did. Yep.
If you don't know what we're talking about, so Gilbert Burns accused Jorge of greasing, but this is becoming a bit of a thing. Now you're inspected right before you walk out there. Right before you walk out there, so I gotta think that it's a little emotional when you say things like that, because we've heard a million fighters talk about how slippery Jorge is.
Yes.
This isn't the first time.
That's not the first time.
Many times.
Yep. Usman even said it. Usman was talking.
The only
about
one that never said that was Ben Askren.
That's so good.
The one person you would have thought you would have heard that from.
He's like, I swear I had his ankle before that knee came up. I swear.
And he was greased up and hit me that
it
knee.
Just slid right through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullshit.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so.
And listen, I have very dry skin, right? And some people are just oily naturally. So, and what are you supposed to do? Make the guy wash in detergent right before he goes out?
I mean, unless we start seeing a real big pattern, you know what I mean? Then we can start landing some credence. But as of right now, since the George St. Pierre fiasco, Greasegate, you know what I mean? That has not been a thing. Their team is not allowed to touch
because
them.
They check them, and
they do that. They have their own cutmen be the ones to do it. That's I don't think so. I don't think, even if it was just body lotion before they came out, I don't think so, because again, they are inspected before they go into the cage. And if they saw any kind of glisten, they would have grabbed a towel,
wipe them off,
and wiped them down.
Yep.
That's it. They wouldn't have even said, hey, did you no, they just would have, give me a towel. They would have wiped him down, send him in, and that's it. Yep. I'm glad Gilbert apologized for that, because I think he knew, like, okay, maybe
it was the right thing to do. Yeah.
All right.
But I wouldn't expect any less, because Gilbert is a class act, man.
He is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Izzy, man, Israel Adesanya. The 3 arrows. He still has not explained this, and I want to know why. He slung 3 arrows, and I thought maybe it was the 3 losses that he took, and that was his vindication.
3 minus 1 is
for the
2,
3 losses, right?
Remember he said that?
Yeah, I remember.
3 minus 1 is 2. I'm like, that's a bar.
Yeah.
Think about it. That seriously, that's a legit bar.
It is. It's a fucking double,
but it says 3 minus 1.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a bar. That's definitely a bar for sure.
It's a bar.
That's what I think that the arrows were for, but they did ask him in the post-fight press conference, and he just smiled. He didn't. He didn't say anything about that. My favorite part was when he pointed to Alex Pieda's 12-year-old son in the crowd, and he looked. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Pointed to him. Walked up to him. Hey, you remember this? Bam! I'm gonna play dead just like you did. Remember when you were 5 years old? You little shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. And today's the day. He's so, and he knows that he's petty. He said, "Oh, I'm petty. I remember he did that to me, so I found him. Hey, look, you remember this?
Yep.
Listen, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and that boy learned a very, very, very valuable lesson.
Yes, he did.
Talk shit to the wrong person, and your father will get knocked out, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I love it.
How life works. It's how life's supposed to work. You're supposed to get punched in the nose if you talk shit to somebody, right? You're supposed to.
I like Alex's response. He did respond. He did say, when my son did that, he's 5. We're comparing a 5-year-old to this man. And I still laugh, because I'm like, yeah, but he did it.
Yeah, but he did it.
But he did it. Oh, man. Really good fight. And I think that Dana White's right at the post-fight. They said, you see a rematch? No, I think Alex is going to be going up to 205. And I really think that that's his home.
Too.
Can you imagine?
Massive.
1 year from now, Alex has 3 fights in light heavyweight division and becomes the new champion. Izzy goes up
pushing back on
to
that.
205 in 1 year to try and reclaim the light heavyweight again against his rival in a new division.
I don't know about that.
Dirty, I do, and it's going to happen July 2024. It's going down. Mark your books. And when it happens in a year, I will refer to this
Please
via DZAN. And
can we refer to it when it doesn't happen too, though?
Sure.
Okay.
You can. I won't.
Okay. Yeah, I know you won't. I forgot about that. Did I say that?
That wasn't me. No.
That was stupid.
2023, though, we have 5 new undisputed champions in 2023. Israel Adesanya just made himself the 5th one. Okay. Alexa Grasso, Viva la Mexico! John Jones, heavyweight. Brandon Moreno reclaiming it at 125. Jamal Hill, the new light heavyweight king. 5 new kings, and we are 4 months into this year. The 30th year anniversary for UFC is kicking off in a big way. We have had some very good cards. We have been very spoiled this year, Dirty D. Very spoiled. Yes, we have. And we are going to get even more spoiled because we got more news about more fights coming out. Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. It's going down. Yair.
I did not hear about that one. Okay.
July 8th. It's being cited for July 8th. For those that don't know, July, International Fight Week. That is usually one of the key marquee cards.
It's not the 8th, but.
Oh. Anyways.
I'm going to stop fucking celebrating here soon anyway. So. I'm going to start counting backwards.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, just start counting backwards. You'll be Benjamin Button.
Until I get to 21 and then I'll go back.
23 guys. Brandon Moreno versus Alex Pantoja. Yeah. That's going down. UFC 290 also in July. What else is happening? Next or in June 10th. Amanda Nunes versus Pena 3. She's going to try and get that belt back against the one person that she reverse that. Amanda Nunes is trying to defend it against the one person she lost it to. That's going down June 10th. Those are some great fights all within the next.
An amazing fight there.
3 months. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's an amazing fight there.
Ooh. Now.
Big time.
Dirty. I think we talk about the biggest news that has came out last week. Endeavor purchased WWE. Now, reportedly, this was for $9.1 billion, but I've also heard reports that it was more in the ballpark of 4.5.
21 billion.
So that's the worth of the new company. So in this deal where they purchased WWE, it was announced that WWE and UFC will be part of a new company that will be announced TBD. And when that company is announced, that company already now has a net worth of 21 billion to bring in 12 billion from the UFC, 9 billion net worth from the WWE. So that's where the number of, they don't sure if it was purchased at what it's worth or if they got it at a much less price. From which I understand, I heard that they purchased it for about 4.5 billion. So in this case,
why are we hearing 21 then?
So
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's not what I heard though. I heard that the purchase was for 21 billion that went to what's his name? Guy that owns WWE.
Vince.
Yeah, Vince McMahon. Yeah.
No.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah. No.
He wishes.
No. Endeavor announced that it signed an agree. So the whole thing it's very weird. The purchase of WWE is separate from the agreement made. So the purchase of WWE is separate from the $21 billion agreement. The agreement is to create a global live sports and entertainment company under the umbrella that has umbrellaed UFC and WWE. Now, when is this all going to happen? There's a couple things that we can look at here. What are the facts that we know? We know that they're going to be merging at some point, not in the sense of we're going to have WWE fighters here, UFC fighters here, more merging in a sense of under one global company, still separately branded. Right. Say that right out the gate.
And yeah, because I'm not going to say who, but somebody reached out to me and asked me about it through Instagram. And I said, because they were concerned that they didn't like the idea because they were concerned that there was going to be crossover. And I told him, even before I heard from Dana, I said, I guarantee you they're not going to do that because that just makes it one thing then.
Right.
And they understand the value of keeping them separate. And then obviously Dana came out a couple of days ago and squashed all of that and said, absolutely not.
Yeah. And I mean, they would have already done it. They've already done that.
He was on McAfee And and he said, "Listen, Brock Lesnar was a one-off. Brock
Right.
Lesnar is a one of one."
Right.
He said that will probably never happen again.
Yeah. I mean,
That came right out of Dana's mouth. So
yeah. I mean, and come on, let's play the devil's advocate. What comes out of Dana's mouth that you're like, oh, that's the truth? He did it also
well,
with
I understand that,
CM
but
Punk.
I don't. Yeah, but there's
CM
no
Punk was
way
also
they're gonna start doing that
right.
stuff.
And I agree with you. I agree
Yeah,
with you. But I do see where they're worried because when you think about it, Ronda Rousey left UFC. She became a big star in the WWE.
but
Brock
they
Lesnar has
weren't
been
part of that
across.
though at the time.
Right, right. So
So
this is what I'm saying. This is the extent of the crossover you're going to see. What you're going to see in the next couple years is exactly what you've been seeing over the past couple years. Nothing is going to change in that aspect. Maybe we will get more opportunities for some of these UFC fighters who are putting up the gloves and want to jump into, sports entertainment. It'll be easier for them, sure, but we're not going to see a time.
But I don't think
where,
the point is though, as I don't think that has anything to do with this acquisition.
no,
That's going to happen regardless. It's easier for the UFC people to go to WWE,
right?
much easier than it is the other way. But
Right.
that stuff's been going on for a while, so I don't. This merger doesn't affect that in any way. It's just terrible business. It would, because right now you have two separate entities that are massive, massive companies. If you make them one and there's no distinguishing the difference, then you don't have two products anymore.
Right. Right.
So the business wise, it would make zero sense.
Right.
For that stuff.
Now, yeah, business sense, it also makes sense to have them under one umbrella. When you get live combat sports and sports entertainment, two places that don't have an organic home. When you think about sports, they have organic homes. There's places where these things live on Fox Sports, on ESPN. They have homes, right? Syndicated television shows, they have homes, Paramount Plus, Peacock, what have you. When can we see this new company start to take shape? I think that's going to happen in 2026. I think we're still years away from this. The WWE is still partnered with Peacock until 2025 with exclusive pay-per-view deals. All their pay-per-views stream on Peacock every month for people who have that subscription. They're locked into that deal until 2025. WWE or UFC is locked into the deal with ESPN until 2026. After that, they're both free. And then maybe in 2024, 2025, we start seeing the name. We start getting an understanding about what this company is truly going to be. We hear about platforms that are going to be coming up. They're going to start to teach us about the new home that our places are going to be.
I don't know. You're going in a different direction here than I agree with. I don't think there's any of that. I don't think there's anything like that at all. I personally, it just doesn't make business sense. You're going to devalue you're going to cannibalize yourself. So they have to keep those separated. These are massive numbers. Even if it's the global thing that's 21 billion, that's a massive number.
Yeah,
and if you cannibalize yourself, you're only eating your own money. I cannot. So,
but how are they cannibalizing themselves? How are they cannibalizing
because
themselves?
If you start cross promoting yourselves,
but it's not cross promoting. They're going
to be 100%. Dana already said that.
Yeah,
Dana already said that. Ari, what's Ari?
Ari Shaffir. No, not Ari Shaffir. He's a comedian.
Yeah. No, okay. Ari.
I don't know.
Fleischer.
I know who you're talking about though.
It might be Fleischer. Whoever the guy is that runs Endeavor. He has a lot of contacts, and Dana did a whole thing on McAfee about this. He was on there for about a half hour talking about this, and he has a lot of contacts. Ari does, whoever Ari is.
Yeah.
He has a tremendous amount of contacts, and he is going to be able to promote and cross promote a lot of different things while keeping them completely separated. But Ari's connections with ABC, NBC, because according to Dana, this Ari Fleischer, I think it is, he is just an absolute genius when it comes to dealing and the contacts that he has with these higher ups in all of these companies. He knows the CEO of Disney Entertainment. He knows the CEO of, and they're very good friends of NBC. So he's got all of these different types of avenues that he can travel, both separately if he chooses to do so. They don't have to be one and the same. And they're probably not going to be one and the same, other than potentially a network, a global network of things. Now, that's not to say that they won't be on the same television stations.
So that's what I'm saying, Dirty. That is what I'm saying.
Just because, well, yeah, but you're kind of,
I'm not saying that they're
flirting with the idea that somehow that these two are going to kind of start coming together.
They're going to be on one platform. They are going to be on one platform that we view.
Kind of.
If you're going to pay for a UFC pay-per-view in 2026, it's going to be on the same platform that you pay for a WWE pay-per-view. Or there's going to be a yearly deal. If you don't think that there is going to be a streaming platform within the next couple of years, that is what I'm saying. I'm saying that in the next couple of years,
we're broaching the idea, though, that these two are going to somehow meet together.
No, they're not going to be together.
Never going to happen.
They're not going to meet together. It's going to be UFC and WWE, but there's going to be one app, one application on your phone that you're going to go to view all of your mixed martial arts, combat sports, and your sports entertainment. One platform.
That's just marketing, though. Yeah, right. But that's just marketing.
That's why they did this. But that's why they did this. It's to get a plethora of new cross fans from WWE to UFC, which, let's be honest, WWE has been around for so long. Their fans are in the billion, okay? They're much larger than UFC, okay?
Also, from what I understand, the Ari guy, he was also very instrumental in the slap thing.
Right.
So and I mean, look what he did with that.
Yeah.
I mean, look what Dana's doing with it, really. But this Ari guy, he was the mastermind that helped navigate all of this stuff to allow Dana to have that.
He's the head Endeavor guy. Yeah, he's the head Endeavor guy, and it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for this to happen.
I gotta see who his name is.
I don't think that it's going to be like a lot of people are saying, that there's going to be a day where there is an event held where we are seeing both UFC fights and WWE scripted fights happening on the same night.
Ari Emanuel.
It's not going to happen. Ari Emanuel. There you go. Yeah, I said Ari Shafir, which is a comedian and not a good one.
Fleischer.
More info to come on this. Big news. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. I have a great respect for WWE.
The other thing that it does, though, is buying power. So, like, let's say ESPN's deal's up in 2026, and let's say ESPN decides they want to renew the UFC, right? But they don't want WWE for whatever reason.
Right.
That wouldn't make sense. But let's just say that. Well, this gives, either way, whether it's the UFC or WWE, it gives them a way to shove it down their throats. Okay, if you want the UFC, you're taking this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And while it's true, they're probably going to have, I'm sure they're going to have some sort of platform as far as a network goes. I would be a little surprised that they would have a completely their own network strictly. So in other words, to not have it on regular television somehow or things like that.
Oh yeah, like for fight nights and stuff. Yeah, no. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
That would be horrible. That would be taking away your fan base, because now you're expecting them to get this other
to find you.
No,
right.
Yeah. Right. No, this is how you entice them in, though, is their library alone. WWE's library alone is incredible to any wrestling fan to grab a hold of, or to go back and watch childhood memories of matches that they loved, storylines, all that kind of stuff. And the same goes for the UFC. I would love to go back and see UFC 294 and watch Conor and Aldo. I would love to go back for the 11 seconds.
Fight Pass.
But there would be one.
It would be a bigger Fight Pass.
It'd be a bigger, yeah. And that's how you get them in the door. Of you pay a monthly price and you get our entire library at the touch of your fingertips. It is so salivating to any fan from either one that it doesn't make sense not to do it.
To watch those old Mean Gene Okerlund and Hulk Hogan interviews and shit.
Yes. I'm telling you, brother.
Well, all they had was like a fucking sheet behind them.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it was so
and a shitload of baby oil. Yep.
Yeah, it was so minimalistic back then. I mean, it all boiled down. There was no production really, other than, you know, biting a blood capsule and you know, maybe you know, there's a flamethrower coming out when you walk up, but other than that was rare. You know, just
exactly nothing like it is.
No, it's definitely good for everybody involved, and I would discourage anybody from being concerned.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned until we get how about a lot more information about it, and then we can start being concerned. You know, before we move on to music and in the cast, got to talk about one more thing. As much as I don't like talking about Jake Paul, we have to talk about this because it also involves Nate Diaz. It was just announced today they're going to be fighting at 185 pounds, boxing match August 5th. It's
Nate's going to pick him apart.
You think Nate's going to pick him apart?
I think he's going to pick him apart. I don't think Jake's going to get a hold of him. Now, if he can get a hold of him, he could cause damage. I mean, he's a big dude, but Nate is a boxer. That's what Nate's done.
Yeah. I feel like,
and look at all of the people he sparred with over the years. I mean, these are WBA champions that he spars with. And he's been sparring with for 20 years, you know? I mean,
do you want to see how DZAN sees the fight going? This is how DZAN sees it. Nate Diaz loses via unanimous decision, but has an incredible last round to lead people to believe that if that fight had lasted any longer, Jake would be dead.
That's fair.
That's the way I see it. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes.
That is fair. Yeah.
But nevertheless, that's actually an enticing fight that I would actually watch Jake Paul fight. Good job.
I'll watch it, but I'm not paying for it.
No. Well, and we don't have to talk how we'd watch.
I'm not giving any money to Jake Paul. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Maybe we'll catch highlights. I don't know. We'll see what's up.
Logan, I don't mind him as much.
I don't mind Logan at all. I like Logan Paul a lot. Whenever he puts his,
the only thing I don't like about Logan is that he's Jake's brother. You know,
he's just he used to be just as annoying. He's just matured. So maybe Jake.
Oh no, he's come a long way.
4 or 5 more years. Maybe he'll be a little better.
Keeping it real, Jake has kind of changed his ways a little bit.
Just a little. He's starting. You know, I will say he took that loss pretty well. The loss he had to Tyson's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember his name. Something Fury.
Damn it, Tommy.
There you go. It's also with the T. Yeah. He took his loss to Tommy really well. You know. So good on you, Jake. We'll see what happens on August 5th. Now we got to talk about some music.
Hang on. Before we do that, just one last question.
Sure.
Do you think that Tommy Fury is a better boxer than Nate Diaz?
No, I do not.
No. He's not.
I think that Tommy has better form. I think he has better form. But I don't think he's a better boxer. He doesn't have the angles that Nate has.
That's
the unpredictability
boxing
that Nate has.
And primarily about. Yeah,
exactly. But when it comes to form, his straights are very straight.
The reach. I would like to see the tail of the tape on those two.
Yeah, I am interested. Nate's a long boy.
He's long armed.
That's why you get slapped. And you know what I mean? And he's going to slap too, even though it's a boxing. He's going to swing it like that. Yeah. That's coming at you. He's going to
take his fucking hand out of his glove to do it, man. I'm gonna rip this fucking tape off. And
You motherfucker.
yeah, man, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
when he called out The Rock, I think that was my favorite moment that I've watched of Nate Diaz. And Cam, he can get it too.
Yeah. Fuck
He wants to
yeah.
cheer for him. He cheered for the wrong motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my god!
I would not have been surprised if Nate would have
He
slapped him.
caught him outside, yeah, and slapped him. And
Yeah.
The Rock would have let it happen because he's not stupid.
Probably.
I'm stupid.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh my god! You saw that video of that fan that the fan that was outside? I think he was pressing what UFC fighter was it? And his friends had to tell him like, "Yo, like chill out, you're about to get your ass
Oh
kicked."
yeah.
I don't know who it was, just a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Oh, that's gonna bother me. If you guys know, put it in the comments. I don't. That's gonna really bug me.
Yeah, I know.
I saw the video and it was so funny because the guy was so hype, and then when his friends were like, "Yo, yo, yo," like chill,
dude,
he just walked away. He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, because people are so unassuming, and I can't remember who it is, and it's bothering me. So there it is. Throw that out there too. Listen, guys, music. We had a lot of music that came out this past week. We had a Tech Nine song drop 3D.
Past few weeks.
I have not seen it, or have not heard it. Excuse me. So I apologize for that.
Because we haven't talked in a few weeks.
Yeah,
and so the past few weeks, there's been a lot of good music too.
A lot of good music. Royce da 5'9" dropped an EP, Heaven's Experience EP. Royce and Reggie featuring Redman. That song alone was so incredibly lyrical.
What's it called?
It's called Royce and Reggie. And it's on Royce da 5'9's 6-track EP, Heaven's Experience EP. It is a fantastic EP. As you guys know, when it comes to Royce da 5'9, he is my number 2 for a very good reason. Because he is the greatest rapper. The only person that I know that can put words together better than this man is him. In my eyes, that's just how I see it.
That's hard to argue.
Sign's freestyle alone, man, this is the kind of music when it brings a tear to your eyes, and it doesn't have to be an emotional song. And then we had an album that made me cry because it was emotional. NF's album, Hope. You need to listen to this album, NF Hope. And for anybody out there who is struggling even the slightest bit.
Well, when you said hope, I just kind of assumed.
Yeah,
I made the jump that.
Yeah, it's the other side of him that's fed up with the way he has been living his life, and now he is going to take control from a new perspective. The album is painful. It's beautiful. It's hype. It's everything you want wrapped up in 13 tracks. He is just an amazing songwriter and artist. And I will say 2 big takeaways from this album: the song Mistake and the song Happy. That's the song right there that broke me down. Yeah, that broke me down.
Happy was the one that broke you down.
Happy was the one that broke me down. And you'll know why when you hear it.
It's called irony.
You know what I mean? It definitely is. You know, and in the hook, he says, "I don't know who I'd be if I was happy." It's an amazing song, and the point of views, the angles that he takes in this album is amazing. And you can tell that it is different from his previous works. There's 0 filler, which, if you guys know, that was my biggest thing from his last album. And shout out to Corday. Remember I told you Corday was going to be on this album. They went back and forth dirty. And it was beautiful. It was so good. And I thought for a second, you've heard Tech Nine's song, Tell Everyone. Is that the one you listened to, or no? You didn't listen to that one. Okay. That's right.
No, it was
Things I Like. That's right.
Things I Like. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Tech Nine has a song, a new single called Tell Everyone. It came out earlier this year, and You know when you hear it because it's a choir that says, "Hey, tell everyone." Really build up cinematic, think Tech Nine, and there it is. It's in your ears. You can hear it. It sounded like they sampled it for Careful because it starts out, "Hey, hey, hey, hey," but it's just, but they don't say it. And I did some digging. They use the same sample, but two different songs. They just use the same sample. And Tech Nine actually tweeted about it and was like, "It's actually really funny. We just used from the same sample kit." It's crazy that he would sample a song that came out that same year, and that's why I was like, "There's no way they use the same sample kit." And how crazy that they use the same sample. They use the same sample kit, and it's on that song "Careful." But guys, go check out Hope. Go check out Heaven's Experience EP, and if have a little extra time, Drake put out a single.
Let's move along. So I got one for you.
Yeah, hit me.
I think we need to talk about this.
Okay.
And I know I normally don't. I let DZAN handle the music stuff, but I listened to War Pigs, and this is about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Matt, I didn't bring this up. Yes, please go ahead.
And I gotta say, man, listen, I am literally, DZAN and I were just talking about this. I'm literally in the middle of writing an EP, and it's just going to be doom music, doom drone metal type thing. And Black Sabbath are the creators of doom metal. And I have been a massive Black Sabbath fan since I was little. And I am hypercritical of any time somebody takes a stab at a Black Sabbath song. I got to tell you, I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. And it wasn't just the way that the music was. T-Pain paid homage to the song.
Yes.
And it wasn't just the way the music was. He stuck true to it, but at the same time, he made it his. But he kept the same vibe. But it was hip hop. Man, that is so hard. Hip hop and doom metal,
right?
They don't go together. They're not supposed to. They're almost polar opposites. I mean, you know, nu metal is very clearly there for the picking when it comes to hip hop,
right?
Because you can just, you know, hit it home on the downbeat.
Yep.
Boom. Yeah, you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
Doom metal is not built like that. Ooh. It's very ambient and it's slow moving. I was gonna say
they don't really fit in the structures.
Yeah. And so usually in doom metal you got like this wall of sound, you know, and he kind of kept that.
Yeah.
But he used synths, and I was absolutely blown away. I was blown away. And I know a lot. I read some of the comments after I watched it, and I know not everybody was terribly happy with it. I thought it was amazing. I really did.
That's always going to come with the classic, though. Anytime you're going to redo a classic, and especially one like Black
Sabbath,
yeah, you're talking about a song that anybody who doesn't even listen to heavy metal knows. War Pigs, they know Black Sabbath, Ozzy, like they know this was a big one. And yeah, I'm so glad that you not only were able to react to it, right, where we got to see it, but that you got to hear how eclectic this man's voice is. He never needed auto-tune. It was simply something to help market himself better and to make the music sound catchier.
Well, look what it did for him.
This man never needed it. Never.
Clearly.
He had a song.
He nailed that.
Always be my favorite song from T-Pain called Drowning Again, where he released it on an album. This was during his heyday of autotune, and that was the one song in the album that had zero autotune. still to this day, my favorite song from T-Pain. And I'm glad that this entire album, which is a cover album, this is an 8-track cover album. For those that don't know, that song War Pigs is off an 8-track cover album called On Top of the Covers. Talk about a double right there. And it's actually a picture of him lying down with a rose in his mouth on top of the covers. And it's very 80s novel, you know what I mean? Like graphic novel, you know what I mean? Theme to it. A change is going to come. Don't stop believing. Sharing the night together. Stay with me from Sam Smith. Tennessee Whiskey.
Wait, sharing the night together?
Sharing the night together.
Wow.
Scrings. That's Life. These are the covers that this man did. Talk about a hodgepodge of genres all on this album, and he stayed true to every single one of them.
Well, after hearing any of these on here, I believe that. Yeah.
Every single one of them. When I heard A Change Is Gonna Come, the first track on the album, I grabbed my wife from the other room. You need to come listen to this shit. You need to come listen to this right now. And we listened to the whole thing in that one sitting. He is just an incredible vocalist, and I'm so glad.
I gained a tremendous amount of respect for him for that.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up, Dirty.
Listen, I want to make it clear. I never had a issue at all with T-Pain. I love T-Pain. I was just blown away by how well he did that song.
Yeah.
It was amazing to me. So.
Oh, and Dirty, I know that you asked before we started on the podcast. The song of Drake's single is called Search and Rescue. So
that's about it, guys.
Thank you guys so much. If you guys love the content, share this around with all your homeboys and homegirls. Comment down below. And we love you. We'll see you next time.
Peace.